Good afternoon, good evening, good night. We are Group 11. Today we will introduce the story of The World of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. H.G. Wells was one pioneer of scientific romances and modern science fiction. His writing is known for his clear, accessible prose, even when dealing with complex ideas. Avoided overly ornate languages, aiming to communicate his ideas to a broad audience. And now I will only introduce the early life of H.G. Wells. He was born in a poor family on September 21, 1866 in Bromley, Kent, England. When he was 8, Wells suffered a severe leg injury after an accident. Then he had to stay in bed for months. During this time, Wells developed a love for reading. This may be found in his imaginative storytelling. At age 13, Wells was apprenticed as a draper in South Sea. The long hours and menial work were exhausting. After failing as a draper and later on as a chemist's assistant, he returned to school at the age of 16, earning a scholarship to study and teach at Mayhurst Grammar School. The following years, Wells won a scholarship to the Normal School of Science in London, studied biology under Thomas Henry Huxley. He was briefly on the staff of Hull Academy in Wales. From 1889 to 90, he managed to find a post as a teacher at Henley House School in London. His first published work as a textbook of biology in 2 volumes, but his first ever novel was The Time Machine, and because of the immediate success, he then began a series of science fiction novels, like The Wonderful Visit, The Island of Dr. Moreau, The Invisible Man, and the last is the topic of today, The War of the Worlds. The story starts with a strange explosion on Mars, which was observed by a scientist on Earth. Days later, larger metal cylinders crash in the English countryside near London. Curious onlookers gather around the cylinders, and as they open, they reveal strange tentacled creatures, the Martians. As the Martians begin to emerge, they unveil deadly weapons, include a heat ray that incinerates everything in its path and a black smoke that poisons the air. 3-legged fighting machine that allowed them to travel across the land and continue the invasion. The protagonist, an unnamed man, that says me, witnessed the Martians' destruction as he tried to survive and find his wife. As London and the surrounding areas get attacked, people flee in terror. The narrator encounters other survivors, each reacting differently to the disaster. Surprisingly, the Martians began to die because of the Earth bacteria, different from humans who have already evolved with it. The Martians have no immunity to these microorganisms. In the end, the human won by their enemy. The end. And the next presenter will be Luo Xibing.